So as someone who does challenge videos a lot on my channel, I get a lot of weird requests for challenges in my comments. Don't get me wrong, I love your suggestions, but I gotta say, some of you guys are not very good at coming up with good challenges. But you know, I think you all deserve the same amount of respect here, so today I'm gonna be going through your guys' challenge ideas, including beating Sonic Generations without boosting and Sonic Mania without jumping, along with a whole bunch of other challenges. So this first one I want to look at is, can you beat Sonic Mania without spin dashing? And I don't even really need to test this one to pretty much assure you that yes, this one is probably possible. The only time in the game I can think of where you'd actually need to spin dash is on these little rolly things in Stardust Speedway 1. But even then, with a little bit of routing, it isn't that difficult to just avoid these entirely. And other than that, I can't think of anything that you need to spin dash to get through. I mean, there's some breakable walls, but you can also just roll through those, it's just not as convenient. And even then, I don't think going through a breakable wall like that is ever necessary. I'm sure that there's somebody out there that's played the entire game because they didn't even know a spin dash existed. Honestly, I don't know how you'd even find out about the spin dash if you'd like never heard of it or no one told you how to do it, or if you've never played a Sonic game before. It's not that often you just hold down and start pressing A bunch. So yes, I can give you like a 99% confirmation that you can beat Sonic Mania without spin dashing. Next up is Sonic Advance 2 and Sonic Advance 3 without pressing right or left. Ever since I did the original Sonic Advance, I've been getting requests to do these other ones too. And I can 100% assure you right off the bat that no, it is not possible to beat these games out of the box without pressing right or left. Why? Well, you don't even have Knuckles unlocked from the start. I'm pretty sure that in Advance 2, you don't unlock Knuckles until like the second to last zone. And if I'm being totally honest, I haven't actually played Advance 3 past the first level because, God, it was just terrible and I did not want to play anymore. But I at least know that you don't start the game with him, and getting to a point that late in the game with Sonic or another character would be A, incredibly painful, and B, I can once again guarantee you that it's not possible. But you know, obviously there's the option of starting after you have Knuckles unlocked, which that's a whole nother video on itself. But I don't know, that just feels kind of like cheating to me, but it's not like I've not like cheated, like big quotes there, in like other challenge videos to like get around things in kind of a roundabout way. And I'm sure most people probably wouldn't care. So I might do that eventually, but out of the box, no, they are not possible without pressing right or left. Next up's one I think I only got 1 or 2 requests for, but it's Sonic Mania without touching the ground. And I really want to know what was going on in this person's head, because like, what? Okay, but what if we give ourselves a little bit of leeway, because obviously we have to start the level standing on the ground, so we have to like bounce off enemies for the rest of the level. So we get like 1 jump at the start to get off the ground, right? But even then, like, look at this. You can't even do it in Green Hill 1, the most open level in the game. How do you expect you're going to be getting through Titanic Monarch like this? Actually, now that I think about it, Titanic Monarch would probably be a lot easier than a level like Lava Reef, because it has the little orbs. I'm sure I don't need to say this, because, you know, you get it, you're smart, but you cannot beat Sonic Mania without touching the ground. So this next one's actually a little bit more interesting than a lot of the ones we've gotten so far. Can you beat Sonic Generations without boosting? One time I actually did do a stream of me trying to do this for a couple of hours. I wasn't really planning on making it into a video unless something interesting happened. I think I gave up because I couldn't beat Shadow without boosting, but it is possible without boosting. There's videos of people doing it out there. I just can't do it, apparently, after trying for a while. But also, this kind of depends on your definition of boosting here. Because in that exact same Shadow fight, actually, once Sonic gets his power-up thing, you do this kind of rainbow boost. And it, like, forces you to do this, and you have to do this to beat the boss and beat the game. But here, when you're doing this, I don't even think you need to press the boost button. I think it just happens automatically, so does that count as boosting? I mean, it makes you move really fast, and it's clearly a similar particle effect to normal boosting, but you're not pressing the button, so does that count? And then during the final boss, you spend almost the entire time boosting through the air. Now, to be fair, I don't think anybody knows what they're doing during the final boss in Sonic Generations, but I think this would classify as boosting, because once again, it's kind of a similar particle effect. In my testing and experience, there's not actually any other levels or bosses where you have to explicitly press the boost button to do like a normal boost. So whether you can beat Sonic Generations without boosting just kind of comes down to what you would classify whatever these two things are. So, can you beat Sonic Generations without boosting? I'd say technically no, but kind of yes. I don't know, it's confusing. And there's already a lot of no boosting boss fights and stuff out there, so I just decided not to make a video on it. So I thought this next one was going to be the most, you know, cut and dry challenge here. Can you beat Sonic Mania without jumping, which is a challenge that I just get all the time. And in my mind, my thought process is like, if Sonic's here and there's a wall here and you need to get up here, the challenge is over. You can't do that at all. But the thing is, before the first wall like this in the level, which I thought would just be the end of the run, and I'd make like a joke about it, kind of like I did without the not touching the ground one, there's a slope right here, and there's item boxes you can bounce off too. And I didn't even realize this or think of trying it until this guy messaged me on Discord and said he was trying to do a minimum jump route run or something. And apparently, Green Hill 1 is actually possible without jumping. And he also told me that Studiopolis 1 is possible without jumping too, so I'm assuming that in Chemical Plant Zone and Green Hill 2, at the very least, you have to jump at least once. However, also keep in mind that I think there is a big difference between the early zones in Sonic Mania and the later zones. The later zones are a lot harder, more enclosed, and they just have more objects to dodge and stuff overall. Whereas like Green Hill and Studiopolis are very open and you can just kind of go wherever you want relatively easy. So I wouldn't be shocked if Green Hill 1 and Studiopolis 1 are the only two acts in the entire game that are possible. And I'm willing to guess that zones like Lava Reef are gonna take multiple jumps to get through, like quite a few. So can you beat Sonic Mania without jumping? No, but it's a lot more interesting than I would have initially thought, so I'll give it that at least. Our final challenge for today is, can you beat Sonic Mania without the D-pad? Let me tell you a story here. Back before I even made Sonic YouTube videos, a lot of times when I was bored, I'd play the Sonic 2 remaster on like iOS and Android, you know? And one day I realized if I play as Knuckles in like Emerald Hill Zone, I can just use the jump button to like traverse a decent amount of the stage. And so I spent quite a while like grinding it out and like routing and stuff. And if I recall correctly, Emerald Hill 1 and 2 were both possible without the D-pad. I don't think I ever got any further than that though. So then like 2 years later, I see this whole challenge trend starting and I see Game Champ post, can you beat Sonic 3 and Knuckles without pressing right or left? I think like, hey, that's an easier version and a lot more plausible version of that challenge I did for myself quite a while ago. And I have a YouTube channel and I'm kind of making Sonic videos now, so I should try that in Sonic Mania. And so that's how this whole Sonic challenge video fiasco started with me. And it's always been kind of in the back of my mind, like maybe I should try a no D-pad one again, but the thing is, it just isn't that plausible. I think I've said this like 3 times in this video by now, but once again, the early stages in Sonic Mania are a lot different than the later stages. And so like, maybe you can get through Green Hill 1 without the D-pad. I don't even know if that'd be possible because Knuckles has his own path at the start. But beyond that, there'd have to be multiple D-pad presses throughout the entire game, which is why I think it's better to just stick to the no right and left, because that's a lot more like close, like can we actually do it, you know? A lot of the reason I make challenge videos is to like tell the story and like bring you along with me basically and add intensity and all that, you know? Like yeah, doing the actual challenge is fine, but then relaying it in an interesting fashion is the real good part of the video. And so I just don't think that challenge videos where immediately right off the bat, like second zone in, we know it's impossible, I don't think that's super interesting. So can you beat Sonic Mania without the D-pad? No, but if you want to go ahead and do a minimum D-pad presses run or whatever, go ahead. That's all of the challenge video suggestions I got from you guys that I thought were interesting enough to talk about in this video. I know I did a poll a while ago and a lot of you said you wanted to see more challenge videos, but I think I don't know if I'm going to do any more. I think the Sonic 1 one might have been my last one, but then again, I said that about the Sonic 2 one. And I guess this kind of counts as a challenge video. Should I put this in the challenge videos playlist? Does this count? Anyways, we'll just see what happens. You never know. Thanks for the suggestions anyways. I'd like to give a thank you to all my channel's current members, including everybody you can see on screen right now, as well as Carter, JSB, and Eliza. If you'd like to get some great perks for yourself, such as having your name read off at the end of every single video, make sure to hit the blue join button next to the subscribe button, and a nice little video about memberships will pop up. I hope you enjoyed the video. Just kidding. I don't. Get out right now. I don't even want you to subscribe. Don't even think about it. Go right now. Goodbye.